Welcome, everybody, to episode 12 of From the Garden to the Track podcast. I'll be your guest host, Korey Reichert, along with my guest host,
Stacy Reichert.
We've somehow been invited to host this thing. Not real sure, but here we are. So we're here tonight with our special guests, who are usually your hosts, Sam and Dillon. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So here we are. This is going to be a little different. I've never done this before, and neither has Stacy, and they're just sitting over here on the couch laughing at us because they've done this a few times. But so this episode is going to be a little different. We're going to focus on Dillon and Sam, and got some big news from the two of them. Some of you may or may not know, but we'll get to that a little bit later. First, something Dillon's been wanting to do is kind of have some of the clubs and things like that on first of the episode and advertise some upcoming pools. So, as everybody knows, I'm the president of the 618 mini tractor pullers here in Southern Illinois. Some big news coming down the pipe. We've partnered with the Stubborn Mule, and we're going to have a indoor pool in DuQuoin, Illinois on March 6th and the 7th. We look to be posting that across both websites later this week. We get a few more details hashed out. Also, with that said, Mike Perry and the Stubborn Mule, they have had to reschedule their pull in Lebanon due to some incoming weather, and that's going to be February 6th and 7th now. So both are going to be great pulls, a month apart, indoors. Like I said, lots of details coming to follow that. With that said, if anybody wants to sponsor those events, reach out to me or Mike Perry, and we can get you hooked up with that. Should be quite a bit of advertisement on that note. So, with that said, hi guys.
Hi.
It's a little different sitting over here.
Yeah.
It was easier sitting on the other side of the table. But so I guess I'll just do what you do and start with some icebreakers. I mean, you guys have been on here and talked a lot, but we've kind of come up with our own. So the first one, I guess, we'll just start it out because we've kind of already been there tonight. What's you guys' favorite drink?
Tea.
Tea for Sam, okay.
Hot tea, I should say.
And for Dillon?
Margaritas.
Oh, okay, Marcus. Let's talk about the margarita thing a little bit. You're kind of a big burly guy, and like I'm kind of rough around the edges. So people are like, "What's your favorite drink?" I'm like, tequila, whiskey. I like that, and I'm like, "You're margaritas," and we've enjoyed several of them together, but I don't know. I just
caliente.
I just kind of always take you for like a straight Scotch guy or something before I kind of had a few drinks with you, but all right, margaritas, all right.
I like Jack and Coke too, but
yeah,
I sure like a margarita.
Yeah. And Sam with the tea, she's already
Grande Margarita.
she's already brewed a pot of tea here for her and Stacy.
What kind of tea do you have, Sam?
It's called the Citrus Bliss. It's from Seattle.
Oh, all right. Fancy
tea. It ain't Lipton in our house.
It's never Lipton in our house, ever.
All right. So, what's the silliest thing you guys are good at?
The silliest thing?
Yeah, it could be anything.
The silliest thing.
Give an example, Korey.
Okay,
Yeah,
for example, with me, I'm getting old and I got to fix my medicine once a week, and I've got this strange habit about if I open a pill bottle and I pour it in my hand, I just seem to always get the exact number for, like, if I'm making it for 5 days, 7 days. It's just like this weird thing. It keeps happening over and over. So I guess that's my hidden talent.
Oh,
I'm really good at catching, like, stuff that's like accidentally knocked over. Like when I was a bartender, I would catch a lot of glasses.
Oh.
Because if you break a glass at a bar, you got to empty everything out, including the ice, and we don't got time for that,
Okay.
So I'm really good at like just catching stuff last minute.
Perfect.
Before it like hits the ground.
basically Sam's part ninja.
Part ninja.
Yes.
Part ninja, okay.
That works.
And Dillon?
I don't know.
I can't answer for you.
You don't have any hidden talents?
Your toes.
Oh, can you pinch?
Whenever I get done with my shower, When I get done with my shower, I can flip my underwear up and catch it. Same as my hat. I can flip my hat up
Okay.
and catch my toes.
Okay.
He does it every day.
All right.
I don't feel like she appreciates this as much as she should.
Okay. Now, I kind of already know the answer to this one because we spent a lot of time in the truck together, Dylan. But what's the best prank you've ever been a part of?
Oh, I've been a part of a lot of pranks.
Well, I was meaning the one with your shop teacher.
Oh, the air horn one?
That one, yeah, that one or the chairs.
My ag teacher in high school was a goofball. We used to sneak into ag before school, and we actually hid all of our chairs to the classroom up in the drop-down ceiling. And we also on Mondays over the weekend, we would flip the tables over on top of each other so the janitor could clean the classroom over the weekends, and we screwed the tables to each other. So like whenever he come in the morning, he tried to flip the tables down. They were all stuck together, and he couldn't find the chairs. That was funny.
There was something about a smoke detector too. You put it up in the ceiling tiles, or
Oh no, that was a radio at work.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I was a
okay.
part of that story. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that on video.
Yeah, we had a guy at work whenever I was still working in power plants that he hated Christmas music, and so I had a Milwaukee radio, and I clicked a battery in it, and I shoved it up in the ceiling tile.
It
And
was
I
Christmas time.
Yeah, it was Christmas time, so we found a radio station that was playing Christmas music, and I turned it on, like, very faint, real quiet, and stuck it up in the ceiling tile for him to find. That was interesting. I got some good videos on that where he's very mad.
You couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
No. And then
Wasn't he like night shift?
yeah, he was on
night.
that. Yeah.
We were day and we were like leaving.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So like,
So they got him all night.
Oh, yeah. Then the other joke that I mentioned, the air horn, again, our ag teacher, he was a booger eater. We'll just say that.
oh.
We like
watch him be like the #1 fan of our podcast.
that's fine. That's quite all right.
Hey, don't flip your fancy hat off like that.
Oh, sorry.
Matt's
This
not
episode
gonna
is
be happy with
sponsored
it.
by Ultimate Competition Products.
We're both wearing fancy hats tonight,
Yeah.
so
So, anyhow, our ag teacher was a bit of a goofball, and we liked messing with him. And he had a office chair that, when you sat in it, it'd give just an inch or two. We rigged an air horn up just right to where we would sit in it, push the button, and it, tooted the horn, and he flipped out.
can you do that noise again?
It was quite fun.
They did that to me at the power plant too at Joppa.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put an air because like there was like a one stall like women's bathroom or whatever.
Okay.
Oh,
And that they rigged that up.
jeez.
Yeah,
Was probably in on that too.
you probably were.
Probably were.
Any for you, Sam?
I mean,
She's a fancy girl. She don't prank people.
I don't really prank people. I've been a part of pranks, like, they did the air horn thing to me, and then I don't know, is military hazing a prank?
Well, I mean,
It could be, depending on the haze.
all right. Well, guys, my last icebreaker question for you is, if you guys were to die and go to hell, what song would play for eternity?
That we enjoy, or like that would
No, it'd be part of your punishment.
be part of
Yeah,
the
part of your
punishment?
punishment.
Oh, gosh.
Anything by Luke Bryan.
Brian, okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll second that.
God,
Okay.
I cannot. His voice just irks something in my brain.
Yes.
I just hate it.
Yeah.
Not Luke Bryan fan. Hope
Yeah.
he's not a fan of the podcast, but
yeah.
potential to be a big sponsor. But
Yeah.
I'll
Well-
second that. Any Luke
Yeah,
Bryan song
okay.
is just awful.
All right. So I kind of mentioned the big news earlier. I had it all planned out to talk about you guys getting married, but apparently I'm an episode behind and missed the boat on that one. Shame on me for not listening, but been kind of busy. So, but talking about that, has anything changed since you guys got married? As far as you two, just I know you mentioned kind of at dinner earlier mentioning my girlfriend versus wife.
Oh, yeah, I catch myself all the time referring to my girlfriend, and then I got to stop myself and go, no, my wife. And then, no, they're the same person. So I get some interesting looks there.
Yeah, the women I work with, like, will catch me, or I'll catch myself talking to them, and I'm like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, Dillon, and then I'm like, no, my husband, and they're like, and then when I get it, they're like, good job, you remember.
Okay. Well, I just wondered, things change. I mean, it's like people talk about getting divorced, and they go, my wife, my ex-wife, and I just kind of wondered if it was
that's literally the only thing that's changed is remembering to.
Okay.
And sometimes I forget because I don't sleep with a ring on.
Yeah.
So, like, I forget. I'll, like, leave the house.
Yeah, the other day when I left for Greenville, she's like, now don't go partying too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Remember you're married
now.
So I had a Sharpie in my pocket, and I just drew a little band around my ring finger.
I'm surprised you didn't do it with welding chalk.
Yeah.
So, all right.
A soapstone, you nerd.
So, the next big news, you've finally named your Alice pulling tractor. And we can get into that later if you like, but, or you can tell it now however you want to do it.
Yeah, so I've had that done for probably close to a year now, and we were driving down the road and come up with it, but
it was on our way to Florida for Thanksgiving.
We just kind of got an inside joke. Like, she'll ask me at dinner, like, oh, how was dinner, Dillon? And oh, it was super. It was actually so good that it gets an extra letter. It was super B, Sam. Normal people would call it superb. Well, it's got Alice Chalmers B sheet metal on it, so we're calling it super B.
Okay. That's cool.
Spelling it superb.
Okay.
I like capital B.
Yeah,
I
so
like
it's like
that.
fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
neat.
silly.
You know me, and that's something you and I are a lot alike on. We got to kind of make tractors our own, and we prefer to build them ourselves, and then the name's got to kind of come and mean something to us. So,
well, like I said, it took how long for us to name it? And we were driving, and he said Super B for something, and I was like, oh, like an Alice, like a tractor, and then we were like, oh, like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that works.
Just kind of happens.
Just fell into place. Yeah.
Well, Stacy, I know that's one of your pet peeves is registering people at the tractor pools, and they don't know the name of their tractor. They don't have one.
I don't have a name.
They come up and they're like,
Dillon's just tractor.
Yeah, tractor.
Here's Dillon Duckworth pulling tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your tractor's name? No name.
No,
Fine. No name.
I think of names of tractors before I even have them. Like,
see, I'm the same way. I've literally
can think of names all day. I can design them and think of names all day.
I've got one in my head right now I could build just off a name, and it's just like it's a thing. But I'm kind of the same way. I see it, and then I come up with a name for it, and then I make it happen, and then there's the other people that have a tractor, and then it's like, oh, I'll come up with a name for it later. So. Yeah, I get it both ways, but
I have it fully planned in my head.
He'll come up with a million names, and then the name that the tractor actually is not one of the million names. And I'm like, okay, so we're going this way now. All right, cool.
Yep. Okay. And then the last big thing, if people were paying attention, I think this weekend they might have already figured out. But Dillon, you want to tell us about what you did this weekend?
Well. I guess I could go back to our last episode. We had Chris Ressmeisel on here, and we talked on the podcast, and me and him got to chatting after the podcast a little bit about his altered, and one thing led to another, and I bought it. And so this last weekend at Greenville, I pulled my first indoor NQS, NG, GHR, whatever the heck you want to call it, indoor pull, and that was interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about that in a minute, but yeah, that's kind of a big step. Going to that's a whole different level of competition and different group of people and just a different way of doing things. Traveling around, and it's a whole weekend, and 2 pulls in one weekend essentially. And I know you go there a lot for vending. I've been with you to vend before, and it's a super fun time. But I was able to make it up Friday morning and see you do it the first time, and just helping you push it up there and get it weighed and on the track was kind of nerve wracking just for me. And I've got my plans to join you, and something we're gonna I think do together. And it was a really cool experience, but I can't imagine how it was for you. So
yeah,
man, tell us a little bit about that. I mean, just tell us about just how it's different. One thing I noticed is just people were excited to see a young guy come along and join the ranks, and super helpful. Just making sure you did the best you could do. They absolutely didn't want to see you fail. I mean, they wanted to see you do the best you could do. And, I was there Friday, didn't make the qualifying, but, you was close. And, you changed some things up on Saturday, and, maybe tell us a little bit about that. Like what happened and what advice was given to you between the 2 pulls, and what changed, what did you learn this weekend?
Well, I guess first I want to say, kind of backing up a little bit, it was called to my attention by a buddy of mine that I've made friends with out of Canada that I guess there's a drinking game associated with this podcast.
I didn't know this.
Yes, I haven't told you that. Yeah, so,
I didn't know this either.
Yeah, so every time Wesley Bryant's name is mentioned, I guess people are supposed to take a shot.
Wesley Bryant!
So,
that's a fun game.
That being said, fill up your drinks because I'm going to mention him a couple times. Wesley was a gigantic help to me. He brought the tractor down from Pennsylvania for me, down to Greenville, Kentucky, where I picked it up. I can't thank him enough for doing that for me. He helped me get it up there and kind of filled in a lot of blanks for me on when and where I was running and just how to set up the tractor for indoors. That alone is way different. I'm learning, our tire pressures were way different. The amount of weights we were running on the front was way different compared to running outdoors and in the summer. It's just totally different. I bought a stock altered. And Friday, I don't know. I just kind of picked a gear and went with it and got down the track. Well, first I started off the line. It bucked real hard on me. I wasn't real smooth on the clutch. There's a couple things there I want to change just to make it more comfortable for myself.
Well, that's a big difference too, though. The higher RPMs and just the tire pressure and things starting off. It's a little different, yeah. Yeah,
that alone, whenever I took off from the line, I revved it up a little and I looked over at Wesley and he was, giving me a thumbs up for more.
Sorry, Wesley who?
Wesley Bryant.
Oh, okay.
Take a drink.
For those drinking.
Yep. But anyway, he kept giving me a thumbs up for more and more and more. And I was like, my goodness, this this is way more than I remember, I'm used to. So anyway, he gave me the go ahead, take off down the track, took off and got to the end of the track and I kind of felt it spinning a little and I leaned back real hard and I did too much too fast, wheelied real hard and loaded the rear wheels or rear tires, and that was basically all there was to it. Saturday, Mike Hasswinkle come down and kind of helped me get the tractor up to the scales and to the track and everything. And
now I'm gonna stop you there. I wasn't there Saturday and I had to watch that, live or after the fact or whatever. But we both. We think a lot of Mike,
yes,
and he's a big help to us both. And I mean, just this weekend, he was helping me with some problems that I had and, fixing my stuff. And, I just thought it was funny, man. He helped you up to the line, and it looked like if you guys have ever seen that movie Secondhand Lions, Robert Duvall fights those young guys in the restaurant, and then later they ask him, they're like, "What's he talking to him about?" And he says, "I'm giving that man everything he needs to know about being a man" speech. And I said, it just looked like that to me. Like it kept going on, and Mike kept talking to you, and I couldn't help but imagine what he was saying to you. So
yeah, so he helped me get up to the line, and I was fairly.
Did Wesley Bryant help you though?
He was a little bit busy Saturday.
I was just trying to help the drinkers out there a little.
Yeah, Wes was a little busy Saturday, taking care of some stuff that was a little more important.
Everyone passes out before the end of this episode.
So do you actually have to say Wesley Bryant, or can you say Wes or Wesley? Like,
I don't know the rules.
We don't know. We don't know the rules.
I don't know the rules. I was just texted the other day and said that a certain viewer takes a drink every time he hears Wesley's name.
Well, Wesley Bryant, here's to you.
Oh man, this is gonna get rough.
But anyway, I gotta say, I was kind of nervous until my helmet went on. After that, everything kind of went away. But anyway, Saturday was a little different for me. I was in line waiting, and me and Mike were going through a couple different ideas on setup. And I thought, you know what? I've made good friends with Mr. Carl Free, so I went over and talked to him, and he's just an older gentleman I really respect and like, and picked his brain a little bit, and man, the help just started pouring out of him after I asked him for a little, and he his suggestion to me for that day was just run the same setup I did the day before and see if I can improve my driving. And he gave me a couple pointers, and I do believe they helped. Mike helped me get up there to line, hooked onto the sled, and yeah, his little pep talk was basically, just take a deep breath, buddy. You're fine. You got this. Go A to B. Don't blow nothing up. Don't tear nothing up. Have a good time. And he run off the track. And anyway, took off down the track, got to the other end, and this time I kind of pulled myself up closer in the seat, try to help keep the front end down, and got to the end of the track, and it started pulling one way. Well, normally when we pull outdoors, you want to get all your weight on the back and, try to maneuver the tractor around. Well, I threw myself back to try to correct and ended up spinning out, and that was all. Well, Mr. Free was there at the end of the track watching me like a hawk. And as soon as I got my tractor parked, he come over and he's like, well, son, here's what I've seen wrong. And he just told me all about it and how I should have, been a little smoother on moving my body weight, and just you shouldn't have moved back necessarily. Keep your weight up front, because he's like, you weren't wheeling hard. You just needed to move over a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's something from the outdoor stuff we get used to.
It is.
We wheelie a lot halfway down the track, and we got to kind of set it back down and reset, sometimes. And it don't seem to happen that way in the indoor world. It's real fast, real sudden, but
at the same time, the going down the track was kind of slow motion for me at the same
I get it.
point. It's kind of strange. You watch it and it seems like you're going real fast, but it's going slow in your head. But yeah, I was used to kind of how we do stuff on our 16 hot stocks and maneuvering around there. And I certainly got a lot to learn, but I definitely learned a whole bunch between Friday and Saturday this weekend.
Well, that's good, man. I was happy to see you do it, and I know it's a big deal for you, and eventually me down the road, and something again we plan to do together, and
definitely
look forward to having a lot of fun doing that. And I'm already learning from just what you've told me this weekend. We've pulled indoors before, but but it's a lot of it's a lot different. And it's a lot of outdoor guys thrown in the same place at the same time, and those mistakes maybe aren't as big, because everybody's doing it. I don't know, maybe that's a bad example, but it's kind of the way I feel. But that's a whole different realm stepping into that world, and I've definitely learned to appreciate the professionalism and see that, everybody there for the most part, wants you to succeed, and they're willing to help, and they want to see you do good, and they're happy for you to be there. I'm helping you push the tractor up and weigh it in, and there's like 10 people taking pictures of you. Yeah. And they're all bigger smiles than you are, which is one of the biggest smiles I've ever seen. Yeah. It was creeping out from your helmet. I mean, it was like the Joker smile. It was big, man. And you were nervous, and you were fast talking, and you were running all these things. And I just kept telling you, I was like, man, I don't know anything about this, but you're going to do great. Like, that's all I can tell you. Like, I didn't know. And, and then Wesley Bryant, for the drinkers, he was there, and, he flipped your seat lid up, and you guys were going over the gears, and he gave you his opinion, and we talked a little bit later and thought maybe you might want to go up a gear. We talked back and forth, but I think talking to Mr. Carl was a big deal because
it helped a lot.
You cut the distance from qualifying pretty much in half or a third at least. Just by changing a few things. So,
and it was with me. I didn't change anything on the tractor. I just changed what I did, and I feel like that in itself was an accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. You picked up quite a bit of distance. I mean, we're not talking a couple inches. It was a few feet. And, now you've done that, and if you do that again and change the tractor, now you'll just keep learning. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how I look at it. I mean, I know it's going to take a while to figure this stuff out. It's not what we're used to.
No, it's way different. But I will say, whenever I first started going and vending at those bigger events like that, it was a little intimidating, a lot of nice fancy equipment and, names you hear a lot and see a lot. And, there's an intimidation factor, but at the end of the day, those big names you see and hear about a lot, they were the ones offering tips.
Yeah.
While I was waiting to go on the track.
That's what I'm saying.
That was cool.
They wanted to see you succeed.
Yeah.
They wanted to see you do well. They were excited for you to be there. And that's, I think that was really cool,
Yeah, everyone there is definitely pretty tight and real big family, that seems like, and that's appealing to me. I've been involved in a lot of different things over the years. I raced four-wheelers in high school, and it was competition. You kind of had your group, but it was still competition. Yeah. And then derbying, that's just totally different. You got a couple buddies, but it seems like you could walk up to anybody at those tractor pulls and they'd offer to help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just totally different.
That's one of the things that's always amazed me about tractor pulling, since I was a little kid involved with it, is how people will literally give you a part to help you beat them.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we've talked about that before, but it's especially kind of big on that arena. These are guys, some of them running against you didn't have to help you at all. And, could have been like, well, there's, we got his money in the pot because he's going to mess up. It's his first trip. Yeah. And that wasn't the case at all. No. They'd have been happy if you'd have beat them. Yeah. If you'd have won it all this weekend, they'd have been ecstatic for you. And that's something that was pretty cool. So that I've just kind of noticed. So, Okay. So we was, talking about the,
Wesley Bryant.
Wow. Stacy's going to wear it out. I hope everybody has a full bottle tonight. But no, we were talking about that, and, those are kind of some of the things, I noticed from the weekend, but something we give each other a lot of crap about is, I live up on one of the lakes in Southern Illinois, and you give me crap all the time about being a rich lake guy, this, that, the other, and you ride me pretty hard about that, so, I've been in you pretty hard since, you went.
Oh, reword that.
Yeah. Wow. I thought you said keep this clean, Dillon. So, I've been on you pretty hard about it. How about that? Is that better?
A little bit.
But you got this tractor, and, I think I was one of the first to know, and I was super excited for you, and, couldn't have been happier for you. But, that was one of the things I've been on you for the last week or so about it. I'm like, oh my, well, it must be nice to be a pro puller and this and that, the other. Is there any difference stepping to that stage versus a regular stage? Is there, I mean,
really?
I know it's all tractor pulling. It's all the same thing, but
really, it don't feel like it because, whenever I first started pulling on a local level, I had friends and we helped each other out. And we were all happy to see each other there, and that's the same feeling I get doing that. You know, I've made a lot of good friends doing that, and they were all happy to see me there doing that. So it really don't feel like it's any different. Just
a different environment, a different place.
Yeah, it's just more professional, and really I don't feel like there's as much drama there.
That drinks to Wesley Bryant, wherever you are.
I don't feel like that level there's as much drama as like a local club, though. You know, it's very, this is how it is, this is how it's going to be. There's no gray areas.
And all the tractors are pretty.
Yeah, and all the tractors are very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
I was looking over the rules, and I think one of the rules I seen was...
it says it must be clean and well painted or something.
Yeah,
I was just reading
painted and presentable, I think is what it was, and I like that.
Clean, I think clean was one of those.
Clean, painted, and presentable.
Yeah.
I think people should be the same.
That's something I'm going to have to learn, because mine are always dirty. As pretty as they are, they're always dirty,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's actually in the rules. I was just reading it today. I was reading up on some of the stock altar stuff, just making some decisions about what I'm doing with mine, and I saw that and I just kind of laughed a little bit, but I was like, well, all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to learn that one, because mine's always dirty. But Sam, how do you feel about this?
Well, you caught me mid-yawn.
I did. I waited. I was waiting for you to yawn.
That's time, Korey.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I went down Saturday. My cousin actually rode down with me. He'd never been to a tractor pull before at all. So I was like, hey, I gotta drive down 2-something hours. Like, do you want to go? And so we met up with Dillon, and Dillon was busy pushing the tractor around, obviously, but getting in line because he was about to go. But it was nice to see him do it. He's talked about it for a while. Yeah. And
I know, you know, Dillon and I being friends, he appreciates your support in it. And, you know, it's kind of one of the things that come up is he told me, you know, it's like, Sam says, do it, man. That's what you want to do. It's what makes you happy. And I've never seen him smile so big in my life. And the other day, you laugh about, you know, you taking Huey to pull and how excited he is. And it was kind of the same thing. It was just like it's just a bigger version, I guess.
It's just a bigger version. But, and then people keep asking, like, oh, when are you going to get on, like, one of these? And I'm not. I'm not.
It's not your thing, yeah.
It's just because if I do it, Dillon's going to be focused on helping me.
Sure.
And, you know, I like pulling my 12 horse with my nephews, and it's fine. Like, I'm absolutely fine. And, you know, I want him to have his own thing. I was glad I got to see it. I didn't get to see the first pull. I had to work, but I got to see a second, and he went 5 more feet. So, but we watched it, and, you know, I think the video I took was like 56 seconds long. And I stopped the video, and I turned to my cousin. And I was like, "Okay, we can go. That's what we drove 2.5 hours.
That's what we did for you.
Yeah, that was it. That's what we were waiting on."
What?
Yeah, I know. Dylan kept saying, he's like, "Man, I'm glad you made it." I'm like, "Bro, I would have missed this for the world." I'm like, "I had to come. I had to see you do it." I was trying to kind of surprise you a little bit, but Dalen kind of called me out on it, and was like, "Hey, so you're on the way?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm on the way. I'll be there in a little bit." Yeah. And then, but I could tell you was getting nervous. You kept messaging me, and you're like, "How far are you?" And I'm like, "Man, I had to stop and pee. I had to stop and get gas. I do this." So, you know, and I think I was maybe 10, 15 minutes ahead of time, but we made it. It was all good. But it's funny you mentioned that, though, Sam. Me wanting to go that direction, that's kind of where Stacy's at, too, you know. Like, we're building her new motor for her tractor, and she just got into it this year, and I'm going to focus on my V-twin and, you know, focus on her doing that. And I kind of mentioned it. I'm like, well, if you like it that much, we can do it together. And she's like, no, that's you and Dylan's thing. You guys go do it.
Yeah, like
I see it.
I don't need to.
Yeah, it's kind of cool
be
to hear
a part
from
of
your
everything,
perspective too,
you know.
So,
and then I can just sit and watch.
Yeah,
but yeah, I know he would just focus on me like he does on our, you know, stock tractors. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not all about me. I'm good. I'm fine.
So while we're still
also,
talking,
I don't want to travel.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's
You
that.
know?
There is that.
Me and Dylan actually travel pretty good together. I don't travel well with many people, but me and Dylan get along pretty good.
Yeah.
We're not too picky about restaurants or things like that. But don't.
And I'm happy he'll have someone to
He
go
don't
with
snore
him,
too bad,
you know?
but
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
we've worked our routine out. We're good. Yeah. So talking about tractors, Sam, you got a new one coming down the pipe. You
I
tell
do.
us as much or as little as you want to about it.
I'm going to have a second 12 horse.
All right.
And it's going to be library themed,
Okay.
like library advocacy.
Okay.
Its name will be Outreach because we call
Awesome.
like library where outreach, you know, community
Right.
outreach and stuff like that. But also outreach could be polling, you know?
Could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What do you plan to do anything with it outside of pulling?
I think if we could get a hitch on my truck, I'll like,
I know a good welder.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'll maybe try to take it to like some library events or
Okay. Maybe like kind of as a conversation piece or just a talking point.
I'm on the Illinois Library Association Advocacy Committee, but I'm not great at just talking to people out of the blue about, I need a conversation starter. So I was like, I will invest money in an advocacy tractor, and then people will undoubtedly ask questions about it.
Absolutely.
And then I'll stick pamphlets on it. I'll put stickers with QR codes on it.
That's cool.
I like that. I love that. That's awesome.
It's going to work both directions for her pretty good. She's wanting to learn how to pull the trailer so she can take it to library events and have it at her library because, you know, a normal person comes to the library wouldn't expect to see a pulling tractor. So that's going to strike up a conversation. Then also when she takes it to pulls, you know, people ask her what that's all about. And Lord knows there's a lot of people that goes to pulls that could read a book and, get to ask questions. And really for me,
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things that I didn't realize libraries could do for you, and she's going to kind of incorporate that into the wrap of different services that they provide just to try to get some conversation started.
Well, think of all the kids, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people think libraries are irrelevant, and they're not.
Yeah, they're still around.
And I don't know, maybe you could get the library or something. I don't know, you could give books away at the pools or something. I mean, might be
if we do a poll in Williamson County, because that's the county
we do the fair there every year.
Yeah. I mean, we have an outreach van. I'll bring the library van.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I mean, the struggle with that is like, I can't just like check out books to people.
Sure.
But it's just, it's got our name on it and it's got, hotspot and
okay. That's cool. I didn't think about it benefiting from both sides. I was thinking more on the taking the tractor to the library stuff, but I didn't even think about that at a
bringing
pool.
the library.
Somebody starting a conversation and they join a book club or a library or
just set up
buy
and
a book,
answer questions.
Or just answer a question. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome.
There's a lot of services that they provide that I didn't realize they did that, would be appealing to people.
Mm-hmm.
And, her having it there to get those conversations going would be helpful.
Yeah, that's very cool. Well, that's, I sold it recently, but my V-Twin was a mental health awareness themed tractor. Yeah. And my new twin that you and I are building right now is going to be more military themed. Obviously, my background with the military and things, particularly World War II kind of, I don't know, monument, if you will, or remembrance. But, I don't know how many conversations I had with my tractor. Just people walked up to me and was like, so what's up with that? And I'm like, and I tell them my story or, things, and it just get people talking. And I think, I didn't, even having done it, I didn't even think about that. So I think that's really cool, Sam. I think that's something that's really needed, and that's kind of a forgotten thing. So
it really is. It is a forgotten thing.
Yeah. Awesome.
And they've evolved with society too. Like they offer, what was it you was telling me about the other day, that you could actually check out different,
like there's libraries
tools.
Of things.
Yeah.
So you can check out things.
Things, okay.
Like
and each library has different things. So it's just like, we have glue guns. You can check out just,
So
some have like KitchenAids, telescopes, like fishing poles,
Wow.
sewing machines.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Truthfully, I didn't either, and we were talking about it the other day.
Stuff that, like, you never realize you need, and then you don't have it, and then it's, you know.
Or somebody wants to try it, maybe doesn't want to go buy
exactly.
$40, $50.
Or you only use a KitchenAid at Christmas time, so you don't want to spend $300.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Wow,
from
that's
the
really
library.
cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Sam. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, hey, I have a question for you, Sam, since we're on the library.
Yeah.
If you were stranded on a deserted island, what is the one book you would want with you?
The one book.
Or maybe series.
That's pushing it.
Okay.
But I'll do series if it comes to
Well,
that.
I'll say this. Okay, the one book I would take with me would be...
It's probably something dirty.
Okay, can I take 2 books with me?
Wow. I thought this was supposed to be clean. I would have totally rearranged my questions.
Yeah. Well, I will say I run the fantasy book club at my library. Fantasy as in like dragon, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And we for our first 4 months we read The Hobbit and all of the Lord of the Rings. And I would say the one book I would take would be the Lord of the Rings series, because it's a 3-book series.
Okay.
That's
Four
funny.
if you let me bring the Hobbit too.
Yeah.
So that's funny. I was up at Vogel's today buying some parts, and I was just talking to Kevin, and because I'm ready. Yeah, says the pro puller over here on the couch. Yeah, whatever. But I was up there talking to Kevin, and I was talking about doing this tonight, and I asked Kevin if he had any special questions or anything, and he goes, no, but one thing really stuck out was, he goes, Sam's into some stuff. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, when I did mine, he goes, she got really excited about The Hobbit. He goes, and then I saw the wedding pictures, and I saw the leaf crown, and he was kind of excited about it too. And I was like, and then him and I, man, we sidetracked into, he was talking about, he knew this person from down this area because, he went to school at SIU.
Oh, yeah, they own Glacier's End.
Yeah. He was talking about that, and he goes, yeah, and I met that guy because we were doing psychedelic rock bands back in the day. And it's funny because, and this is somewhere I'm going with Dillon, is, this is kind of an eccentric hobby, if you will.
It's a niche hobby.
Yeah, it's very, I used to be into hunting and fishing pretty hard and some other things, and I just don't. I'm kind of one of them, when I go on a hobby, I go all out, and then I get completely out of it.
You're like, okay, that was fun.
Yeah.
Next. Yeah.
Now this one's kind of came back around because I did it as a kid, and I'm doing it, and there's a next level to it and things like that and stuff I want to do. But one of my other hobbies is model airplanes. I love World War II stuff. And I love model airplanes, and you can ask her. I get all excited because, like, we went to Evansville one weekend, and I found a airplane that, like, I've never seen one, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have it, so I bought it, and so now I got all these in the shop that are done in stages of paint and stuff. I'm probably spending more time on them than I should, on my tractors, but it is what it is. But I know that's something about Dillon. You like model cars.
He likes RC.
Oh, RC cars. Yeah, but I know you like the model cars too.
Yeah,
though,
I do.
And and the model cars, the RC cars, that's something that scares me because they got RC planes, and I've been looking at that, and that's a lot.
Well, I think my stepdad had an RC airplane.
Yeah, when we went down there last time, I took one of my RC monster trucks, and we went and played at a track. But yeah, he had a whole pile of, I think he had 3 or 4 RC
He's an
airplanes.
Aircraft mechanic.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I also think he has RC boats because he likes to sail.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said he used to.
Yeah. So
That's something I never got into, but that right there on the table in front of us is a RC crawler I got recently.
he's
and
been taking it around the arms of the couch and up the back of the couch and down and.
But it's kind of funny, something I've noticed about tractor pullers is, they like the tractor pulling thing, but they've always kind of got another one-off hobby almost.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying any hobbies are good or bad, but it's like, okay, you're real into books and fantasy stuff. You know, I'm into model airplanes. He's into RC crawlers. I mean,
quilt.
Everybody,
you know.
it's just somebody's got a kind of thing, and I don't know if it's something with our mind. I mean, maybe there should be a study on it.
It
I
seems
don't know,
like the people that you know, that pull and stuff, their other hobby is kind of intricate too. Like you're playing,
but completely untractor related.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like I was messing with this last night, and I was putting a new part on it, and she goes, "Oh my God, Dillon, those parts are so small."
Yeah, they're like very, very tiny parts.
But then again, sometimes how they cross paths too.
Yeah.
Just like you with your librarian tractor, your two things are going to cross. Just like me. You know, I'm real into the World War II stuff. You know, like we talked about when you guys had us back a long time ago. My grandpa was in World War II, and I'm really into World War II bombers and being Air Force and stuff. My new twin's going to have that old bomber plane theme. Like they're kind of intermingling, but I don't know.
Because
maybe
you love it. So like everything I love gets across.
Well, and that's why
paths.
And that's why I built the Alice, is because it's associated with my grandpa.
Absolutely.
And
and I think he was talking about yesterday, you wanted like a pulling sled for...
Oh, from our RC truck.
Yeah.
I've been
he wants to pull tiny.
I've been trying to figure out how to build a cool sled, and I think part of my problem there is I'm over-engineering it. But anyway.
So, Dillon, something I wanted to talk to you about is how far your businesses came in the last few years. You know, when we first met, you had your shop there in Dongola, and I was kind of building some tractors, doing some things. And I think the first time we met, I stopped by and was like, "Man, can you make this?" Mm-hmm. And you were like, "Yeah, no problem." And you called me, you had it done. I stopped by, man. The price was great. It was exactly what I wanted. And we got to kind of be buddies from there. And then, you kind of pulled me aside one day and you were like, "So what's this tractor stuff about? Like, let's talk about it." And, what are you talking about? And then you stopped by the house one night for something. And I was like, "Can you make me one of these?" And you're like, "Well, of course I can." And I'm like, "All right, well, let's do it." And, now here we are. There's like a few years later. And, you know, maybe I'm overstepping here saying this, but I mean, I feel like you're one of the bigger names in some of the, you know, the parts and things now. And we'll talk about the interaction with that in a minute. I got a question for you for that, but, tell me about it, man. What's the ride been like? You know, you've kind of readjusted what you're doing business wise, and it's going great. And, you know, again, as one of your friends, I love seeing it. And, and then I see it from helping you vend sometimes, but you're offering great parts at a good price and a lot of different stuff. And I don't know, just tell us about it, man.
Well, really, whenever I first started doing tractor stuff, I was still building a lot of derby parts. And damn it, Stacy.
Sorry.
It's Wesley Brian.
Anyway, whenever I first started doing the tractor stuff, I was still building a lot of derby parts, and I was kind of seeing that market was, I don't know, taking a turn. It seemed like everybody and their brother that could go to Harbor Freight and buy a welder thought they were fabricators and was building parts, and the market was getting really flooded, and I kind of wanted something else to do, and I've always loved tractor pulling. But anyway, at the time I was still doing a lot of mobile work for farmers and just doing some odds and ends that show up in the shop, and just, I don't know, just dealing with walk-in stuff, silly stuff, welding wheels back on mower decks, and just, I don't know, I was getting real tired of the silly stuff.
It was work.
It was work, and it was keeping the bills paid, and it was.
And we all understand work and enjoying work, and
it was just getting exhausting and monotonous, and I don't know. I just...
Well, you something we've talked about. You spent a lot of time talking and answering questions for one or two jobs. You weren't able to focus as much on product or output or getting things done.
I was driving and looking at jobs and bidding jobs and then not getting jobs, and just, I don't know. In the last year or so, I've kind of made a turn, and I'd say 90% of the business is just tractor parts. And I have been much happier and just my whole attitude's been different.
Yeah.
You know, the people I deal with doing this is way more enjoyable. Like, I catch myself whenever people call me to ask about a part, just chit-chatting with them for 20 minutes or so about, you know, tell me about your tractor. What are you running? Where are you from? This, that, and the other. And
every time Dillon comes home from a pool or he's talking about something, well, they're just so nice.
Yeah.
They're just so nice. I can't, like, I should take a shot every time he says that someone's so nice.
So that's the new rule.
Yeah.
So every time somebody says Dylan's so nice, you got to take a shot. Okay.
Well, and if you know me, that's saying a lot. Because
well, you are kind of shrewd sometimes, but
yeah, I'm a little to the point.
Gets, like, fed up with
well,
rude people. So it's just a nice.
Yeah, not necessarily that. Dylan's just very to the point, and you know, it can be taken a couple different ways sometimes.
Yes.
But in all honesty, he means it well. It's a hey, I know I can't do that, and I'm sorry. Or yeah, I'd be happy to do that, but it's going to cost money.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, I got you, man. I got that part. Or we can tweak that. We can tweak that. You know.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think one of the first things I remember building was you wanted me to build you a couple weight boxes and some shifter lockouts.
Yeah.
And then, I just got to talking to you about, like, what's out there for these things. You know, I remember watching them when I was a kid growing up, you know, pulling. I always liked going. But I remember when I was a kid, you know, a lot of people just do their own stuff. And
right.
I don't know. I felt like if I could provide something at a good price, it would help grow the sport as well as, you know, turn into a good business for myself. And I think that's taken place. You know, I think I've helped some people get into it, and some people that may not have the capable. I mean, for you, and for instance, you know, you'd be scary with a welder, but you ask me how to.
I've seen me weld. It's awful.
It's not a good idea.
No. You've seen my welds. You fixed them.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. But anyway, you know, that being said, you know, if you can come to me and have me make you some parts you can just bolt on your tractor, that helped me and you. And, you know, that's been what I've enjoyed, is I can help you help me in a sense.
Well, and something else we talked about a lot too is, you know, there's a lot of guys out there that are capable of doing things, but it's your business all day long, and sometimes it's more beneficiary for them just time's sake, not talking about the money, but it's something that a product you're turning out, but it's easier for them to purchase it from you, which again helps them both out because they're saving time, you're making money, and it makes their life easier. Yes, could they build that hitch? Absolutely, but it would take them all weekend in the shop to do it, and you can burn it out in, you know, some minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, in your shop, but you both benefit from it. And that's what I think is cool is that everybody's kind of benefiting from it in a way too.
Well, and one of the things I think I've mentioned before that I find interesting is, you know, there's a couple different types of people that buys, I guess.
Sure.
You know, there's the guy that don't own a welder that wants to just buy a part, bolt it right on and go. There's other people that, you know, they want to get a DIY kit. You know, they want to do a little welding themselves, a little bit of fabricating themselves, but I can burn out, you know, a weight bar or something for them and they can, you know, finish it up. So I feel like I appeal to a couple different varieties of people. Now, I don't have a CNC mill or CNC lathe. Hopefully one of these days I do. So, you know, the shiny parts are kind of minimal, but there are some stuff I've been getting into. And but also there are plenty of guys that do that stuff that's just does a phenomenal job. So I don't know that it'd be beneficial for me to branch off into that. You know, why take away from them?
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's something I've noticed too, just, you know, going with you and being involved in it is, you know, a lot of the parts guys work together.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's super cool that, you know, you can go to a pool and there's, I've witnessed it myself and I've done it. You know, we've been sitting there selling a part and somebody comes up and asks for something like, man, we don't got that. But, you know, Brian down the road, Matt Grooms, I mean, you know, you name them, H&H, Amstutz, I mean, you go down the list, Midwest Super Cub, Vogel, everybody, you know, there's a lot of names out there in the business, and everybody's kind of got different things to offer. But, at the same time,
they help each other out. At the end of the
nobody's
day,
scared to send them down the road to you, I say we, but when I'm helping you, we're not scared to send them down the road either.
No.
A lot of that is just making sure that the customer's getting really what they're looking for.
Oh, absolutely.
Or what fits their needs the best. Hey, this ain't for you, but they got it.
Yep.
But on the same time, how many people have walked down and bought stuff from you
because Brian sent them
because they sent them to us or whoever, and that's something I think's really cool. And I don't think you see a lot, and maybe some other like you mentioned before with the derby stuff.
It was real
not trying to pick on that crowd, but
it was cutthroat though. Yeah, I don't know about cutthroat, but everyone wanted their dollar. Yeah,
But I also think that everybody involved in it is pushing out quality stuff. So there's not it's not like there's really a bad part out there. I mean, everybody's hitches are good, but there's different options.
Yeah, the options I think is a big factor,
And you can pick what suits you the best, and I like that. That's something. I mean, you can go anywhere from a basic bare metal hitch up to like Matt's new hitch that's out there. I mean, it's top of the line. It's beautiful. But that's the customer's decision, what they get to do, and if they came to us and was like, well, I want a really pretty shiny one, we'd send them down the road. But if they came to him and said, well, I want this, he's going to send them down to you. So I think that's really cool.
I wish I had $1 for every time I get asked about a front axle for tractors.
Oh yeah.
I could retire tomorrow. Really the fact of the matter on that is I absolutely could build them. I've built one for you and I built one for me on our tractors. I can build them. But the way I look at it is from the customer's perspective is, Doug Root offers a very, very, very nice piece at a very good price. Why would I try to compete with that? You know what? I've sent people, which Vogel carries them, and Amstutz carries them, and I just tell people check with those guys because Doug offers a fantastic product, and there's no need me offering one.
But at the same time, they're sending business down the road to you on stuff that they don't offer. So I think that's cool that everybody works together. And, when you're looking for a part, I mean, I'm very in tune with it, and I can kind of tell you where to go for certain parts. But I know like you are, but I just think that's cool that somebody maybe off the street walks into one of these pools and they're like, hey, I'm looking for this. They're not getting sold something they don't need. They're not getting, they're getting sent to the right person. And then, and that's what I think is very cool about that.
I don't feel like anybody's trying to screw anyone.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
No, everyone works together.
In this world, I should say.
Okay. So, with that said, Dillon, I mean, you're always improving stuff. From where you started with stuff to now, man, there's always something changing. Again, these partnerships, they make things easier on everybody. What's your plans? Like, something recently you delved into the wheel horse world.
Yeah.
And, you designed a really cool product for them, and that's something that's never been seen before. And it took off really well, and I think that's going to kind of become a standard part in that crowd. I mean, obviously there's guys that are going to do it themselves, and good on them, but for, like you said, the guy that wants just to bolt it on and go and make it easy, save his time, I mean, that's a beautiful part at what I think's a absolutely affordable price.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that something you're planning on continuing?
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep doing the wheel horse hitches. That's something people don't offer, and people seem to enjoy that. And, you can bolt a Cub Cadet wheelie bars to it, so that gives people different options. I messed with an antique tractor last year around fair time, a Farmall M.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I would like to do a little bit more in that area. There's some parts I'm wanting to build for that. I enjoyed that a lot. I just need to have more time to branch off in that neck of the woods.
Okay.
I love machining. You know, I've got a manual lathe and manual mill. You know, they got power feeds and all that good stuff, but it's still not CNC. But I do love making stuff on them for, you know, ourselves. Like I made some wheelie bar wheels the other day that turned out awesome. But, you know, at the end of the day, I can't make money turning those out for other people. That's just something I like to do for us. I made a carb adapter the other day on the lathe and mill, and I've just done some odds and ends. Just having fun. I like to do, but eventually I'd like to get a CNC mill and do that stuff. And it's not really to step on any toes. It's just I really enjoy that.
But maybe just to offer some of your parts in a
fancier way. Different levels. Yeah.
Not necessarily something new, just a different option.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just enjoy that. I love what I do. That's one of my best and worst qualities, I think, is I really enjoy what I do. And, you know, honestly, if it weren't for having Sam, I'd probably work till midnight every night. But by her being here, it makes me want to come home. You know, I'd probably have a lot more parts out there if I didn't like my wife, you know, because I'd spend a lot of time in the shop. But
sorry, I'm awesome.
Sorry, you're awesome.
But no, I guess I have a bad habit, but a good habit of thinking I can do everything. So I do kind of try everything. And there's sometimes that attempt ends up in the scrap pile, and there's sometimes it ends up on the website.
Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. Well, man, I didn't really get many listener questions. So I was kind of looking forward to that. Maybe some inner circle people embarrassing you a little bit, but I didn't get many of those. I didn't get many of those.
You know, that guy from Missouri.
Yeah,
I figured he'd chime in on some.
I figured. I'm still waiting. We're still waiting on him to get on here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to see him tomorrow, I think. So, yeah, but man, with that said, I don't really have any more questions for you other than I just kind of like to know where you see all this going, and you know, what's the goods and the bads, kind of, you know, as far as the business, the pulling, some good advice you have to offer, anything like that for both of you. I mean, you're both involved in it, and I know we've kind of hit on it before, obviously. When we were on, you guys echoed a lot of that and gave your own opinions, but just now that we're in a different setting, you know, kind of, what do you guys think?
I'll just say it again. You know, I think if somebody's ever interested in pulling, find out where your local club is, just show up and hang out, observe. You know, there's people who welcome you with open arms and want to share it with you. I think if you want to get you a tractor, there are tractors out there that are somewhat built that a person could get a hold of for in the $1,000 range that you could take to the track immediately and pull. Just something people need to understand is,
I think that's one of the biggest ones, Dylan. We talked about that before, is getting something you can afford and manage right off the bat, get you involved, and then improve on it as you can. Because it's overwhelming. And I know I got there. I was out of it a long time, and then I got into it, and then it was overwhelming. Well, and you know, you're looking at, well, I need a weight bar, and now you're trying to Google and understand all this. But if you've already got one and you go pull and then you go, well, that ain't working, you kind of know where you're going.
Change
you can change it.
And
a
really,
little bit at a time.
I started all over in that aspect again. You know, several years ago, we bought Sam's tractor to get started on the local level. Well, here I just kind of restarted as I was looking at building an altered or something from the ground up and realized that wasn't the way to do it. Ended up making a good deal with, you know, the one I just got. You know, things just worked out right. But I did the same thing again, you know, just found a good tractor that was ready to go, that had potential, and now I'm able to build on that. There's some things I want to change on it to make mine, but, you know, a ground up build would just kill me. to be on that level. It's the same thing there and on the local level. But that's a big thing. I think even if you want to pull at your local club, finding a used one that's set up is a good idea. Just understand that, you know, the one you got on Marketplace with wheelie bars and weight bars probably not going to compete with the guy that's had one for 3 to 5 years and got it figured out.
Right.
You know, you're going to get on the track, you're going to have fun, you're going to learn stuff, but there's another guy next to you that's put a fortune in his, that's got it figured out. That's
or been doing it a long time.
Or been doing it a while. Yep.
Yeah. We talk about that all the time. There's guys around the track that have forgot more than we know.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, we've talked about that a million times, and I think that's solid.
Yeah. You got anything to add?
Stacy's raising her hand.
Stacy has something to add.
Wesley Bryan.
Oh, good grief.
Had to sneak one in there for the last.
Sneak one in there for the drinkers.
Yep.
I don't know. My advice, marry a fabricator. You can have as many tractors as you
There
want.
you go, marry a fabricator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, why do you think I'm friends with him, Sam?
Yeah. I know. You gotta,
Or marry somebody who knows how to work on tractors.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, you're giving me a lot of credit.
Well, you're not doing too damn bad, so...
There were some other parts of that question I think we veered off of.
I think maybe the worst part, you kind of covered the best, but, maybe talk about it from the business side, the best and worst, you know, not to point anything out or anybody out, but just, you know, like,
I think one of the things that I really enjoy is, for instance, this last weekend at Greenville, I met a couple people that I've caught myself, I try to ask everybody's name whenever I'm talking to them when I'm selling parts, because I do recognize names, and I had several people over the weekend I'd ask, they tell me their name, and oh yeah, I remember I shipped something out to you a month ago or something. Yeah. It's nice to finally meet you. I've built some really cool relationships just because I've sold people parts and I get to talking to them at events whenever I finally get to meet them. Like, I went to Michigan a few weeks, or no. I went to Michigan a while back.
A hot while back. Yeah.
And there were a lot of people up there that I've been Facebook friends with and sold parts to, but it was really nice to just shake their hand and, you know, what are you doing with that? Oh, we're putting it on our kids' tractor. Oh, I'm new to it, and I'm building one for myself or my girlfriend or whatever. And, you know, I don't visit with people like that just to blow smoke. Like, I really enjoy hearing about stuff. You know, heck, I went out to somebody's trailer the other day at Greenville just to see what they bought. You know, they were telling me about it. Like, oh yeah, we came down and picked up a tractor. I'm like, well, shoot, I want to see.
Yeah.
So,
I love a tractor.
Yeah. So I went out there and checked it out. I think I like the personal connection in a way.
Okay.
And it's kind of weird to say because, you know, a couple years ago, the people was the thing that I hated most about my business.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And since I've geared more toward this.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it more because when you had the mobile business and the, I guess, say open door, you know, anybody could stop by, was it the more,
it was
their problem was your emergency type thing?
Yeah, it was that. And now the mobile stuff, don't get me wrong, I still do.
I get that, yeah.
I still do a lot of stuff for my farmers,
you
know, that's always been good to me, and I'll never change that. If I can help them, I'm gonna. But it was just the random people that stop by the shop and they just want to chit chat about nothing, or they want to stop in and have me fix this or that. And I'm like, you know, yeah, I could put a new bottom in your grill, but it's going to cost you
more than
a couple hours to do that at $100 an hour.
Yeah.
You could just go to town and get you a new one for $40, you know, and then I'd feel bad about charging people, or they would act like I was screwing them because I would have to get what, I mean, my bills don't change.
Sure.
And that part was just, it was a constant conflict Whereas now I'm just building parts and people are happy at the price point, and they can look and see what the price is. If they want to buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't.
Or if they have a legitimate question or a tweak or a custom one-off, they can call you and discuss it, and then you present the option. And
again, I find myself chit-chatting with people when they call in, and I don't ever mind that. I enjoy the talks. I've started putting out videos on TikTok and YouTube lately too, explaining parts, just because I know that the crowd that I appeal to is new people. Yeah. So I figure if I show how those parts go, it'll help them understand. Yeah.
Well, and even it doesn't even matter your level of experience or expertise, if you will. You'll still catch yourself questioning yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
And if there's a video or a diagram or something to refer back on, I know that's one of the things like Midwest Supercar.
Oh, yes. Julian's got some great videos.
He's got some great videos out there, and I built a lot of transmissions, but I find myself every time I work on
going back to see how them spacers go.
Yeah, I watch them again just to be sure, and that's something I think that's really cool that you're doing. Because now if somebody, maybe they get it and then they order the part and then there's a little delay and it's, week, 2, 3 weeks before they actually get to it. Mm-hmm. They get the part and then life happens and it's 2 months before they get ready to put that part on. I mean, maybe they don't remember. Yeah. And, to have a video like that's, kind of cool to go back to and, if it's something complicated and, just have a reference point anyway.
Right. And that conversation come up over the weekend, actually, with another guy that builds parts. I told him, I'm like, man, I never was the one to start making TikToks or even a freaking podcast or, YouTube and this and that. And I said, that's one of the things that's helped me the most and helped other people is just watching those videos and seeing and it's taken me it's taken a lot for me to get used to doing stuff too and loosen up. And I mean, that was actually why we're sitting here is we've had the suggestion since me and Sam's got a little more comfortable doing this to do a new one. And, I think it shows.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It also
Except
helps
if you're
that
on
we're
the other
not.
side.
Yeah. It also helps that we're not sitting here talking to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was just so awkward.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it was like the first time where it was just weird in general, but then it's just like I don't know what to ask you. Like I live with you.
Yeah,
like,
I sit next to you.
Yeah.
And when we were on, I enjoyed it kind of being put on the spot, ask questions. Made my mind think, things like that. And, this is different being on this side of the table.
Same.
Because,
it's been fun though.
I mean, I'm trying to think of things, and I'm, fortunately, a lot of podcast things, they don't get to know or meet the people they're interviewing. Obviously you and I are friends. We spend a lot of time in the truck together at pools, doing things, stopping by the shop, whatever, personal conversations. We kind of know how each other's minds work, and that made it easier on me being able to do that, knowing you guys and you guys being friends of ours. But it was still different. I mean, it was still different just sit over here and be like, all right, what do I ask next? Am I on the right thing? I got this crazy, I wish you guys could see this note thing I got going on.
That's not
wait, hold on. I missed one. Wesley Bryant, I believe. Take 2 shots if you're still listening. No. Yeah, we played that one up tonight. But anyway.
Yeah, that was a Canadian friend that told me about that. So.
I had no idea. We're going to have to get on this, Dillon.
That's also something that's kind of interesting is through doing this and the selling the parts. I've not got to shake the man's hand, but I've talked to him quite a bit. Sure. And it's pretty interesting, to just visit with a guy from Canada.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that I'd have met someone from Canada to do this?
Well, that's funny you say that. We were in Arizona not too long ago, and we met some people and have become friends with them, and she made the best poppy seed cake ever. Mm-hmm. And Sam, you're a baker. You know what I'm talking about, poppy seed. But, it was like my favorite cake, and she gave me the recipe, and I made one the other day, and yeah, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same as Janet's,
I can write recipes for people all
but like
day.
you said, it's kind of cool. It's like, yeah, my friend's from Canada, you know, like it's a big deal, you know.
Yeah. I'm an international superstar.
Yeah. We're not all pros like Dillon. No. Yeah. But, guys, that's about all I got. Stacy? Yeah. All right. So Dillon and Sam, we're wrapping up a little bit here. Coming up on the end of this, just going to kind of stick with some of the standard questions, but, you know, Dillon, Sam, I know you guys are involved with our local club, 618 Mini Tractor Pullers. Look us up on Facebook, like us, follow us, come pull with us if you can. We'd love to see new faces. What would you guys change about the club organization, if you could? You know, we're always, we're only our second year, coming up on our third year. We're trying to figure everything out still. You know, you can't please everybody, but I think we're doing a pretty good job. I was given some advice about, I don't know, 3 years ago when I first started it, and said if you got 50 hooks, you'll make it. And we're consistently over 100.
I don't think we've only been over 50. You know,
I think we've been under 100 one time, and that was we had 3 or 4 pools. There was rain. I mean, there was a lot going on, but not bragging on ourselves, but I mean, we're doing good. You know, we've got big plans for the sled and the track and the communities behind us, the city. We're doing good, but just right here, we're here. Let us know, man. What can we do better?
You go ahead.
Stacy needs a roof.
Stacy needs a roof. She's got a roof. She's got a roof. You didn't make it the last one.
I didn't make it last one. Okay, good.
Wesley, Brian, I need a roof.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait, I have a roof. I just need a sunshade.
Oh yeah, she needs a sunshade. Well, we'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah.
Back to that. If anybody wants to sponsor us.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't make it to the last pool. I didn't know there was a roof. Good.
Yeah,
I might sit back up there with you again.
Well, we got her a roof, yeah. And I know you always help her out a lot. You see it from that side too. So, one of the things I was going to say, and I think Stacy would mention it, and maybe you'll get there, is just patience. You know, people be patient. There's a lot going on, and you know, you got to understand. There's a lot of people, a lot of tractors, a lot of moving parts.
I don't know, like what we could do to. I don't know how we can make the. I'm so tired. I can't even think of what it is. The running order more visible to people to stop coming up and asking.
We've got a plan for that.
You know what I mean? Like, how many people come up like constantly, even when she's in the middle of doing something or in the middle of doing like envelopes. And it's not a big deal, but when so many people are doing it, when this is a big thing for me. The resources are out there. The information is there. And I see it. Just look for it.
Well, I see it from the other side of the track when I'm down there trying to hook and keep things going as a club, as an organization. People are up there doing it to me too. And so one thing in 2026 we're going to change is we're looking at buying Stacy a laptop. We've got the running order software already. We've already got one TV donated. We're going to buy 1 or 2 more, and we're going to have TVs out. So similar to the NQS style, you should be able to just walk up and read it, and you'll know where you're at. You're going to know who's in the top 5, 10, whatever we put out.
Just make things run smooth.
Yeah, and I think that'll take a little of that pressure off. But yeah, that's a good thing. You know, just everybody be patient. You know, I mean, we get it. Everybody's excited and they want to pull, but you know, there's people there with
help you.
Yeah. You know, there's people. You know, there's people there with one tractor and they're worried about them or their kid running, and I get it, but at the same time, you walk up to me or you guys at the booth, and we got 1,000 things going on, and
and there's 170 hooks.
Yeah, it's not being rude. It's just hold on. Let me.
Classes when there's like 25, 30 kids pulling,
and that's something we're going to change up this year too. is we're going to try to run heats with the kids' classes.
Good,
it's getting
those
so
take
big.
forever.
Yeah, and it's going to break up the monotony a little bit, and it'll also give the kids that place in the top positions another chance to hook. You know, we'll take the top 3, top 5, whatever it works out to, and bring them back for a final showdown, if you will, at the end of the day. And the best of the best will get to come pull against each other, and I think that's going to be really cool. But it'll also break it up and kind of make things move along. So that's a consistent kind of complaint or gripe, if you will.
And it's not really everyone's happy. There's a lot of kids there. It's just when the kids are pulling 2.5, 3 hours, it's like
and something people don't understand is we have a lot of people that travel 2.5, 3 hours to be at our pools, and they're there to weigh in. They're there to register. They're there for all that stuff, and then the pool starts on the dot at noon. But then it's 3:00 before we get into the other classes, and I have to. I have to understand that, they came a long way and they've been sitting a long way, and everybody's about the kids. Everybody loves the kids, but that's something
they want to pull too, and they don't sit around for
and then the spectators, it's something I've heard from the spectator side, they love to show up and watch, but they're like, okay, we've been watching the same thing. If you ran a short heat, then ran something hot or something different.
And then some people won't stay to watch the rest of it after the kids, and all they got to see was the kids.
Yeah, exactly. So I think running the heats and stuff's gonna definitely mix that up. So that's an absolute good suggestion, and something that we've heard kind of time and time, and that we're looking at as a board. We got a meeting next week, and Dillon and I are both on the board, and I think all those things are in motion to happen. So
also. Start in the morning.
Yeah,
but also we get there at like 6:00 in the morning to get going at 10. So
and we have heard that we've heard start earlier, but
we've heard start later too.
But again,
those people are wrong.
Well, but something from both sides of that is the earlier you start, the earlier we have to be there, and like Dillon mentioned, for a 9:00, 10:00 weigh-in, noon start time, the board has to be there 5:30, 6:00 in the morning to get everything ready. Mm-hmm. And on the same token, if we were to start later, say 4:00,
we'll be there.
We're 1, 2:00 in the morning, and we've all got jobs, we've all got lives. None of us are making money doing this. We're all volunteers, and so we're trying to kind of stay in the middle, and our goal is to where nobody has to get up at dark 30, but nobody gets home at that time either, you know. So, that's one of the things I enjoy.
Well, even with the 10:00, 11:00 start time, Dillon gets home at 10:30.
Oh. Yeah,
11,
or
absolutely. Later at night.
Yeah, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. No.
But
that's like why I don't go to Smithland. I'm not staying out late.
Yeah, and that's a late track, but it's a great track at night, and it's a good time. But if you got to travel, you're going to get home late, and but that's what we're trying to do is we try to take the pullers into account, and we try to create an environment where you got to get up a little early, get there, do your thing, but you could still go out to dinner that night if you want to, or
hang out, do your thing. That's full until
it's not 2 in the morning. You're still home by 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. So it's a hard balance. You can't make everybody happy, but
so pretty much the time just needs to stay the same because it's in between morning and
ish. We're doing the best, but we got new lights, and we can certainly do night pools if heat becomes a factor. We can always start early if we need to. We're open to suggestions. We're not closed-minded with it, but that's just something that we're trying to take into account, seeing it from both sides, and like me myself, I've left for these pools at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got home at 2 in the morning, and Stacy's like, "My gosh, where you been?" I'm like, "Well, I didn't hook till midnight." Yeah. I was there at 4, but I didn't hook till midnight, and she's like, well, "What were you doing?" I was like, "Watching." Not that I didn't enjoy it, but I get it. So we're trying to kind of make it work for everybody, and that's the thing. We try to make decisions to benefit everyone the best we can. We can't always get it right, but we're always open to constructive criticism, if you will. So sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your question, but
no,
we got on it. But Dillon,
I don't know. I might be a little too blunt for that question.
You are a very blunt person, but
Yeah, let's.
I think to help your local club or organization help us help you, I guess would be the nicest way I can put it.
yeah.
We're not going to please everybody. We try to have classes for everybody. Sometimes we change those classes up. Some people may disagree with it, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to hook and hook twice. So put your happy face on, come pull.
And that's something with the club. You know, we try to give everybody one fair class to run and then one to step up to.
And that's the key word, is step up.
Yeah, and what we want and the goal behind that, and that some people don't understand, is we want everybody to run in a fair class where you got, you got the best chance you got. But then we want you to step up and we want you to learn and we want you to pull against other things, whether
it might be a little outclassed, but it'll make you better.
Yeah, it will. And
I learned that this weekend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's the ultimate goal. And we certainly want to give everybody at least 2 hooks. You know, I mean, you can't. There's other clubs out there that do it, but they got a smaller class list, so it works for them, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we try, because of our geographical area, to appease to a large crowd, and we got to fit everybody in. And the outlaw guys getting 2 hooks is just as important as the kids getting 2 hooks. Just as it's important to a guy with a stock twin or whatever it is, or something off the wall. Hey, we got 2 open classes. You can come run with us twice. We want to see it. And we're always working on the running order, and I think, again, the heat thing's going to help break that up. And
I think that's going to be a big improvement for us for the year, and I think it would just break it up for the kids too. Like we said, they'll get an opportunity to hook again. And I just see it making the competition more friendly too, in a way.
Yeah, I think so too.
I've introduced the idea of points this year for a couple classes.
And I think we're going to try it. Yeah.
I think that'll get some good friendly competition going, and it may go the complete other direction and turn into a mess, and we may not do it again, but it's something, I think it might be an improvement to the club. Give back to the pullers is what I'm looking at.
Sure.
Other than just taking their money every time they come pull. At the end of the year, we can give them something back.
Yeah, that'd be neat. Something to look forward to, improve on. Yeah, I get it. So, you guys, best memory of pulling? What's your favorite memory? Best memory?
Probably Huey pulling Aunt Am.
Yeah.
Last year.
Nope.
What was that, Anna?
Anna was his first time on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved it.
Yeah. Oh, he'll pull whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's super cute, too.
He knows what he's doing.
Well, and he doesn't know it yet, but I saw something go on Dillon's trailer this weekend that's going to make him very happy. So we're not going to ruin it for him, but I think he's going to be very happy.
I'll be honest, I don't think he listens to our podcast.
Well, probably. I mean, he was on it, but he may not listen. Yeah. But in case he listens,
we're kind of hoping we're going to add some segments to this. I've been working on. I've been wanting to do like a vendor spotlight.
Yeah.
And I want to do a spotlight like where people promote, but whenever pulling season gets started again, we're going to do Huey's hook and let him get on here and tell about his hook.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
Yep.
That'll be good. Maybe we can get Jeffrey to do one on his too.
Oh, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be good.
Yep. I'd say my favorite memory, I don't know about favorite, but one that really sticks out was, I think it was Sam's 3rd or 4th time ever pulling her tractor. We went over to Cape and we just showed up. It was a complete circus because they were pulling antiques that day too. We kind of scrambled to get the tractor up there. Didn't really know when or where she was supposed to pull. She hooked. We did it.
I was first. They were all waiting on me, but we couldn't hear them.
Yeah. So she
hooked. It was my second pull.
So she hooked. We did our thing. We went and parked, and then our other class come up. She hooked, did it again, and they were calling off the winners and stuff. And she's like, I think I won. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Sure enough, she won both of her classes that day, and there were 10 or 15
Nice,
in there.
yeah.
I mean,
It was the Egypt Mills guy.
Yeah.
It was my second pull ever.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, where do you normally pull?" And I was like,
I don't know yet.
I know, yeah. Here,
"I've been to
here.
Switzerland once."
I'm a regular, yeah.
But yeah, that one really sticks out to me because
It was chaos.
it was chaos, but
And it was giving me so much anxiety to know that they were all waiting on me,
Yeah.
and I had no idea because we couldn't hear the announcer stand at all.
In
It was
all clubs' defense,
chaos.
in all clubs' defense, it doesn't matter. You know, last year we rented a sound system. We did what we could to make it happen.
and I wasn't blaming them.
I know.
It was on the other side, and
Yeah,
antiques were
and
between me and the, we couldn't hear it.
We bought a whole new one. We spent a lot of money on it, and it's way better, but it doesn't matter. I mean, somebody's going to rev their engine at the wrong moment, or something's going to happen. It's just hard to hear. I mean, it's a motorsport, and it's hard to hear. And but that goes back to what you said as far as running order and classes and things like that. I think with the TVs and stuff, it's going to get it out there, and it's going to squelch a lot of that.
And like the running order that they had put was just their Egypt Mills one, so it had kids classes. So I thought there was 2 classes before I ran.
Well,
but they didn't do kids at the, So it was just like, it was our second pull, and we didn't know what was going on.
And that's something that's happened. I make them a couple days before the actual event, and I print them out on a piece of paper. Well, then what happens is, you get, say, 750cc motorcycle tractors. We don't hardly ever have any of those. Well, it's a listed class. Well, if that class is between you and another one, you think I have this whole class.
Yeah.
There's nobody in there.
It doesn't matter that
it goes away.
You're like, no, we're on the...
And it's just, and then when I'm out there on the track, I forget to go mark it off. Stacy doesn't remember, things like that. So with the computer, it'll be nice because you can just delete it and then it moves it down. And so that was a very good suggestion and one we've heard, and we're hoping to absolutely improve on. So
the funny thing about that poll was I don't have a freaking clue what we did for her to win. We just
no, because I didn't.
We just did.
Yeah, it was just I happened to win that day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but really, my memories from pulling don't necessarily come from the track. I have a lot of fun the time in the truck, going to and coming from. Like when we go to Liberty, I really enjoy going and doing that. Just visiting and goofing. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorites. And then really just any time Huey hooks, I just always tuck that in the back of my head. Just, the comments he makes.
We should mic him up sometime.
Oh,
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I did a little short one with him.
Yeah, but I'm talking like live,
live action.
Live action. We should do that. We
Just
should try that. Yeah.
They do that in hockey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my grandpa come down with me. I didn't pull that day, but I really enjoyed seeing him at the track because he's never really been into anything like that. But
hopefully he comes to more this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
He always goes to the ones like I'm not there at.
Yeah. But
well,
anyway.
cool guys. So I got 2 things left. First one is anybody you guys want to thank? It's been part of this since the beginning, along the way, anything like that.
I'll thank my husband, Dillon.
Oh,
Woo, you got it right.
Suck
I got
up.
it right. Yeah, suck
Yeah. I really have a whole bunch of people to thank. I wouldn't have gotten into this if it weren't for you bringing it back around here for one. Sam's always encouraging of whatever the heck I want to do, no matter how silly it might be. Just really anyone at our local track, just offering helping keep things moving along. There's a lot of people that'll step up if there's a class like our 16 horse class. A lot of us board members run that class, and there's just people that'll get up out of their lawn chairs and come help flag and stuff and help just keep things rolling. I really thank them for those days they step up to help, just help. They don't have to, but they do. And then I thank really Doug and Dan Root a lot. They've really been encouraging getting involved in doing the indoor stuff and pointing me in the right direction there. And they've taken the intimidation down a little for me. Sure. And Wes as well.
Who? I'm sorry, who?
Yeah,
Wesley Bryant?
Yeah,
was you referring to him? Oh, okay.
He's been a tremendous help to me. But, yeah, there's just a lot of people. And Kevin Vogel. I will say.
Thank Kevin.
Yes. Kevin has been very, very, very good. Just a lot on the business side, believe it or not. Just tips and encouraging and promoting and.
Well, again, somebody just wanting to see you succeed.
Absolutely.
Instead of just whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin's been a big help.
I brought my cousin with me to the NQS pull this weekend, who, I said never had been to a tractor pull. Well, we had stopped to look at Kevin's tractor, and my cousin Chris, he didn't know anything about tractor. He's not stupid, he's an engineer. Yeah. But he wanted to know how it works, and Kevin just, if you've ever met Kevin, you ask him a question, you're going to find out way more than you even asked. But he just took the time, and he explained everything, and he went to multiple tractors to point out the differences, and he didn't have to do that. He could have just said, I use it because of this reason. But he didn't.
And you're right. That's something about Kevin. I mean, I just even today being up there and, I've got 2 or 3 different things going on and my mind's racing 1,000 miles an hour. And Kevin pointed out one little thing and I'm like, well, that just answered 2 questions. Yeah. Jeez, I didn't even think about that, but it's, he takes that time and, you really feel the personable, you talked about, you hit on that earlier, Dillon, wanting to be personable. You go to a shop and it doesn't matter how much money you spend, whether you spend $50 or $5,000, it doesn't matter. You get treated the same. They appreciate the business, and Kevin really takes he makes sure you understand it. The mission's complete when you leave, and it's just like today. I left, and I know what I bought, what I got to do, but he even said, "Hey, message me if you got a question." And I think that matters, and that makes but it's because of his passion. Yes, and I know that's where you're at with your business. Yes. So yeah, I think those things are cool, but I'm glad you guys mentioned him because he's a great dude and, we're right here in Illinois. It's a short drive up to see him and that's a blessing. And, that's someone that I, can't say thanks enough on my end.
Same.
There's a lot of people to thank though.
So it's
Dylan or I didn't
don't be offended if you got left off the list.
Don't think we
I think you wanted to, didn't you want to thank Wesley somebody?
Yeah, I think I might have once or twice.
Okay, I'm just making sure we got that covered.
Yeah, Kevin, one of the things about Kevin that's funny to me that I think about, she pointed out one time we were up there, I caught myself, following around the shop and him going, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And me and him talking about this or that, and then we're just all over the shop bouncing ideas off of each other. And he's just one that wants to see things grow and see good people in
absolutely. It. And I think that's where we're all at, man. I think we all just want to see it grow, and we're all here to help. And I think we're all in it for the right reasons. And people can think what they want to think, but at the bottom end of the day, I know I go to bed at night thinking I'm here to help. I'm here to grow it. I'm here to do whatever we got to do to make it happen. Yep. I love it that it's back around. I'm glad to get to be a part of it. I thank all of our board members and, like you said, anybody that steps up and does it. And, it's just, man, there's some good people in it. All right. So to wrap it up, episode 12, season 1 of the podcast.
Are we going to take a break between?
No, we're not. But, so the last and the infamous question is, who does everybody want to see on the podcast next?
Oh, I think Mickey Brown.
I think that's an excellent recommendation.
Yeah.
Mickey.
Yeah.
Mickey.
I'd like to see Mickey. The other one that I really want to see, and me and him's talked about it a few times, is just he's really busy and I'm really busy, and it's kind of hard for our schedules to get lined up. But as Matt Grooms.
Oh yeah, man, I would love to see Matt.
Oh yeah, we went and ate dinner with him the other night and stuff.
And Autumn.
And Autumn. Yeah, I really want to have Matt, Andy, and Autumn all at the
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey, Andy, Matt, Andy,
goodness.
and Autumn, that'd be really cool.
We'd
just
have
to
to
kind of get that dynamic, yeah.
We'd have to clear out an evening, I do believe. But
and those are two great dudes, man.
Yes, they are.
They will just take the time out of their day to help you, and doesn't matter how much money you spend. If you buy a $20 part or a $20,000, I mean, they're there to help, and they've both always been very good at answering questions, and I just think they're great dudes too.
Yeah, we went and ate with Matt the other night, and we just had a.
Well, you were doing pro pooler stuff, I didn't get invited to that, I'm
we just
a peasant.
A bunch
over
of
here.
laughing and joking and carrying on. I think he'd be a hoot, and that boy's sharp too. He does some beautiful work.
Absolutely.
Stupid question. Does Matt pull?
Yeah, he pulls diesels. That's another reason I want to get him on.
Yeah, I'd love to hear
Him
about
and
some
Autumn
diesel
both
stuff.
have diesels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about some diesel stuff. That's something we don't see a lot around.
I didn't know. I only ever see them bending. I really don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
They're very nice. And I
Well,
like
there's
to talk to them,
a diesel class, but from just my limited experience with dealing with trying to get some indoor stuff, a lot of it has to do with the circulation and the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of places don't allow it. So the
for sure.
limited pro stock diesel class isn't as big. But yeah, I would love to hear his take on the diesel stuff.
Oh yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, he's offering some real neat stuff for them as well. But actually, he was telling me the other night that the GHR offered a diesel class, but only had like 2 people show up, so they kind of got rid of that.
Yeah.
But he did tell me he's hoping that maybe they can make some changes and bring it back.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'd love to see him.
I think it'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to see Matt and Andy on. I think it'd be a blast.
Yep. Well, guys, I think that's it for episode 12, season 1 of The Walking Dead, or I mean the podcast or whatever we're on here. So, yeah. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for Dillon and Sam having us. This was definitely a different experience. Stacy, you got anybody to thank?
Wesley Bryan.
Oh, okay, all right. You don't even know Wesley, but that's cool.
I don't know Wesley. I'd love to meet you, Wesley, since you're the drinking buddy, apparently.
Well, he's
somebody
not,
in Canada.
No, he's not the drinking
Somebody
buddy.
in Canada is passed out right now, apparently. So. But all right, thanks for everybody for tuning in, and see you next episode.
Tonight we're adding a new portion to our podcast. I'm want to start doing a vendor spotlight and just try to help promote different vendors that are out there and let new people know where they can get parts. Our very first one is going to be Mr. Brian Sturgill. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Dylan, how we doing tonight?
Good. Anyway, Brian has a wide variety of parts he sells, and going to let him talk a little bit about that. Brian, what all do you have that you can offer?
So, like I said, a wide variety of parts. Let's see, start with the Brunswick frames, Brunswick chassis parts, which is aluminum seat boxes, new aluminum hoods, aluminum 122 grills, several different sets of aluminum fenders styles. We sell a variety of used parts that we pick up, used gears, used wheels and tires, front and back. I sell new front tires and wheel combos, new, front wheel hubs, new front wheels, new wheelie bars. There's quite a variety. I sell a lot of hooker items, so the hooker throttles, the clutch hangers for the white frame and the 82 series.
Okay, sounds like you can basically just come see you and build a complete tractor. I know you normally have a bunch of rear tires and wheels for sale, and you're a distributor for Douglas Wheels. Is that correct?
Yep.
And what was the name of your actual business?
My business name is Blackbird Vintage Inc. Pulling parts.
Okay.
I'm located in Troy, Ohio, but we hit most of the big indoor venues through the winter.
What's the best way to order parts from you?
Best way to order parts would be go to our Facebook page, Blackbird Vintage Inc. Pulling Parts. Send us a message there. I do have a business phone number too, or an email.
Would you want to provide that?
Sure. The phone number will be 937-980-4125. That's the business phone. Email was sales@blackbirdvintageinc.com.
And I know you have a full-time job.
Yep.
So what would be the best time to reach you?
Best time to reach me is early afternoon until about 7 p.m. Eastern time. I try to answer messages on Facebook from like 10 o'clock on, 10 till 6:30 in the afternoon, best I can. There's some days I have to go in early at 2 a.m., so I obviously do not answer messages after like 5 that day. Unfortunately, you gotta cater to the full-time job to pay your bills. So.
Mm-hmm. That being said, respect Brian's time. If he don't get right back with you, he always gets back. It just may take him a minute.
Yep, I sure try. I might miss one here and there, but sometimes when you get 10, 15, 20 messages, it's as Dillon probably understands now. It's hard to get back to everybody sometimes.
Yeah. What's going to be the next event you're vending at?
Next event will be in Jackson, Ohio at the Hilliard Winter Nationals. That's the poll that used to be held in Columbus, Ohio, or Springfield, Ohio, for people that's been around it for years. I think this is our 3rd year down there in the new venue. It is a little tight and crowded, but usually have a lot of vendors down there.
Do you try to get pre-orders before you go to events?
Yep, I'm always looking for pre-orders. I try to put it on Facebook, looking for pre-orders.
If you're anything like me, then pre-orders really help, cushion the blow of the trip. Yep,
it kind of helps pay for the trip and gives you an idea what you need to take. Because, most of the trips I take in my newer trailer, which is a 34-foot trailer, I can pack a lot of stuff in there, but there's a lot of stuff I don't need to always carry. And, the past weekend down in Greenville, Kentucky, we just took our little trailer, and obviously on those trips we need to plan ahead the best we can and just have what we need on hand.
So if you let Brian know what you need, he can make sure he's got it. Otherwise, it may get left behind sometimes. I kind of deal with the same issues. If people can get a hold of me up front, that's always helpful.
Yep, exactly.
And even if I don't have it in stock, I normally try to bust my butt and get it ready, and I'm sure you're the same way.
Yep. I don't physically make the aluminum parts, but I know the guy that does. He probably gets tired of hearing me about a week and a half or a week and a half before the pull. He's like, Brian's going to be stopping here to get parts. He's going to be bugging me to get parts.
Yeah.
And,
do you got any new parts you're offering that you want to put out there and talk about?
Nothing right now at the moment. The only newest part I've really been handling is we made some custom billet aluminum hubs.
Yeah.
Zach Kerber made for me for these cast aluminum wheels I've been selling.
Those have been real popular.
Yes, it's been popular. They turned out real nice and makes that wheel, it gives you a different look.
Yeah.
I know there's a couple of guys that's tried some adapter plates, and that's how we started out too, adapting the Douglas billet wheel hubs to that wheel because of the bigger bowl pattern. But the new wheel hubs are real nice. They're a little expensive.
I know whenever those first kind of come about, I really liked the look of the wheel, but they had just the center of them looked goofy with the hub that was being used.
Yep.
And you have Zach make you a really nice hubcap for that and fills that area, and it looks real nice.
Yep. That hub's actually got like a little pilot where that wheel sits back in, and so it's fairly flush with the outer edge of the wheel. Then the cap sits out there, and it's real nice. So.
Yeah. Brian also does a lot of raffles too. You can check those out on the gtpullingwaffles.com or not .com, but Facebook page.
Yeah, I've been on there. I kind of slowed up here the first of the year because I wasn't ordering parts there at the end of the year to kind of limit inventory because we are a business and the government likes to know, what we're carrying in stock. So I kind of reduced the inventory for taxes there at the end of the year as best I could, and but back buying again and have tons of stuff in stock. So.
Well, good. You got anything to add? Anything you want to say?
No, I just appreciate you and Sam for doing this and doing the podcast. I try to listen when I can.
Well, we appreciate
I got halfway to the Greenville poll when I'm like, I'll listen to this one. I'm just dragging along.
Yeah.
I forgot about it, but I listened to like an episode and a half, and then we got down there, so,
Oh, yeah. Well, buddy, thank you for being on here just briefly, and, hopefully it helps people find you. So.
Yep, I appreciate it, Dillon.
All right, have a good evening, buddy.
Yep, you too.